Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/Capes and Lunatics. Hope to see you there. Hold on.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
It's been a while, but she's finally back for more Peter. Welcome back, kids, to another episode of the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, once again, she's back, kids. It is the deadliest. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, the deadliest thing under a full moon. It is.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Lilith Hellfire. Howdy.
I don't know which is more deadly. She's had a few drinks. Hasn't had a few drinks.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
There's the exact formula. Dark rum and tequila. And... But this time we'll be talking about a very supernatural threat from the south. No, not Lilith. The Lobo Brothers. As we'll continue that
have
story.
Some stiff competition, it looks like.
Hey-o! All right, so yes, not only will we get the Lobo Brothers, but because I know you're listening, Ray, at some point, because Tombstone also makes an appearance in these pages. So,
oh, he's a nasty piece of work in these.
Mm-hmm.
Not like our reformed Tombstone in the more recent stuff.
Oh, I know he's ready to come in-laws with Joe Robertson.
Join our houses, Joe. Join our houses.
Hey, forget about it. Jesus, when was Tombstone played by Joe Pesci? Jeez.
No, now I need to see that.
Yeah, it's just looking up everybody.
Since Ray Liotta, rest his soul, has passed away, it's up to Joe Pesci to keep the tough guy mantle going.
Yeah, you might meet Joe. Yeah. So. All right, shall we jump into these?
Yeah, let's do it. We got a good writer, great art.
That's right, because we're going to cover Spectacular Spider-Man 151 and 152, and then Web of Spider-Man 53. So
just for poops and giggles, you know.
Well, it's again.
I know, I'm teasing.
It's kind of going back and forth here because Jerry Conway's writing both. So
get your shekels, brother. Get your shekels.
Which I found kind of interesting because it's like. He's writing 2 books a month, so it's kind of like at least 2 of the 3 regular Spider-Man books. He's kind of doing the same story, but it's like in one book, if he wants to go off on one tangent, he can. If he wants to go off on another tangent in the other book, but still kind of like keep it going. Modern comics could never.
I mean, they try, but they fail. Sorry, Action Comics.
Oh! But again, too, I mean, that's 2 different writers on Superman and Action, so...
We haven't had one of... Have we ever had that?
What?
It's probably been at least 3 decades since we have, if we have.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we had, like, the same writer on, like, two characters' books. Because even, like, the Superman Triangle number era, it was all different writers on those books.
So, I don't think it's happened.
The Bat books, kind of... I mean, again, back in the 90s, I mean, Signal of Doom... mascot Chuck Dixon was writing Detective Comics, Robin, and Nightwing, and Birds of Prey for a while.
Yeah, that's a little different. Like it's a lot easier to juggle Batman specifically, where Superman didn't have a family and then he did, and then they tried to. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah,
it would give you a headache if you were trying to write like all the Superman books from that time.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't want to offend any of our audience members. We did mention Batman.
My favorite character.
Chances number 0. We're not
and I know you're listening, Ray, because Tombstone's in these issues. I know you're listening.
Buckle in, kids. Phil's about to be a petty, petty boy.
Just call me Starscream, baby.
Oh, no.
Finn, tell your dad Batman is awesome.
Oh, we definitely have to get something nice for Finn for his birthday.
Yes. Oh,
Maybe a cape and cow. Maybe a grappling hook.
Batmobile, little Batmobile or something.
Oh, a Batmobile Power Wheel, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Literally keep running that into your father.
We'll work on it. We'll workshop the idea.
Hey, Dad, where's a mooncopter? Oh, that's right. They don't make one. Yeah.
Give Funko Pops time. They're restructuring. They're on the brink of freaking bankruptcy right now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Oh, man.
It's so bad GameStop's thinking about buying them. If that tells you anything you need to know.
You know what? They might be, because we were in there yesterday and they were selling that. There were some Funkos 2 for $20 in there.
Yeah.
I looked and I was like, "Ooh, 2 for $20," but there was nothing.
They had a massive another round of massive layoffs. Like last year and this year haven't been that great for them. Which remind me on capes and we not capes, but Salty and Petty, and we can get into it. Really, it's one of my little snuggy rants. But yeah, it's sad news.
See, they thought they were the king of the toy industry, and then they just, for all they realized.
No, it's more than that. I wouldn't even say they thought that. They never thought that. It's a pretty interesting company history, honestly. But yeah.
All I'm saying is they were just getting big heads.
Ha bobbles, if you will.
All right. Sorry. Let's start with this.
Yeah, let's get to the penitentiary.
Oh my!
Where all good stories start. We picture it. Lewisburg's federal penitentiary, in the shower room, and the soap drops.
Wow! Reading the pages of Spectacular Spider-Man or Lilith Hellfire's hard drive.
Hard to tell on this one.
Hey-oh.
It's giving orange is the new black, is all I'm saying.
All right, so picture it. This story starts.
It's in his prison purse.
All right, Spectacular Spider-Man 151 from June 1989. Lockup. June 89. Oh, yeah, come on. 11-year-old me's like, yeah! Beat him. All right, writer, of course, friend of the show, Jerry Conway. Friend of the show, but not friends of blondes, Jerry Conway.
Lover of bridges. Hater of blondes.
Penciler and inker, get your shekel, kids. Sal Buscema.
Somebody's getting a right hook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lilith Hellfire's next date. All right, colorist, Bob Sharon. Letterer, Rick Parker. And editor, Jim Salicrup. All right, Spider-Man sneaks onto the site of the Lewisburg Federal Penitentiary, where he uses his abilities to sneak past the guards in order to get to the window outside of Joe Robertson's cell. There he wakes up Joe and tells him that he is available to help Joe whenever he needs it, telling him to have his son Randy get in touch with Peter Parker. Man, we're really pushing the boundaries of that secret identity. Oh, yeah. If you need help, just tell your son to get a hold of Peter Parker. He knows where to get a hold of me 24/7.
Maybe they're lovers. Leave them alone.
Nice, you can find them 24/7 laying in bed with my wife. Oh, Peter Parker's a cuckold. What?
Well.
Oh!
I mean, if good old what's his face had his way.
Well, we thought Osborn made him one for a while.
Yeah.
Oh.
Still don't like that retcon, but we're gonna leave it alone.
Well, they cleaned that up. Oh, you don't like the retcon where they cleaned it up?
Yeah, it's like sit in it. You gotta sit in it.
It makes a dirty old man. It makes sense. It's just a rich, dirty old man's fantasies. Come on.
Exactly.
She had student loans. Come on.
Well, that doesn't work for that era. I mean, it was like $1,000 to go to college back then. So you can literally support yourself for working in the summer at Dairy Queen back then. How do I know? Because my grandparents told me so.
Oh, back in my day. Hey, maybe she had a habit. She was hanging out with Harry and
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
They were definitely disco party lovers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that kind of fits that era.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Joe, not wanting to get in trouble for Spider-Man being outside his cell, quickly agrees and tells him to go away. When the wall crawler leaves, Tombstone thanks Joe for not telling Spider-Man he's in the same prison in the cell next to him. He once again reminds Joe that friends should look out for each other since because of Joe's big mouth, they're going to be together in prison for a very long time.
Together forever and ever.
Oh my. At that same moment, Spider-Man is web-slinging away, wondering why his spider sense is going off, much like it has whenever he sees J Jonah Jameson recently. How many times does he have to ignore that damn thing before he listens to it?
He's like, it must be that psychosomatic thing flaring up again.
It must be my spider sense's reaction to him not buying my photos. As he leaves, he is spotted by one of the guards in the watchtower. He's about to sound the alarm until he sees the front page of the Daily Bugle offering a reward for anyone who can provide proof of Spider-Man committing a crime. Deciding to make money off his discovery, the guard takes a copy of the security footage, intending to turn it over to the Bugle.
Everybody's in it for $1.
A state employee putting the almighty dollar ahead of public safety and welfare. Get out of town!
Well, if they paid him more.
Well, true. Oh yeah, didn't the guard say he was going to take his wife to Hawaii or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, this damn
even
pussy
then,
fraud.
people weren't living the dream. That's pretty bad.
Oh, the rich and powerful holding down the rest of us? Boy, yeah, that's a
we
new
were right
thing,
in the beginning of trickle-down economics, too. Yeah, so...
It's always been that way, Lilith. However, we've just become more aware of it.
Well, I'm just gonna say that credit scores weren't a thing until like 80. I want to say it was like either 83 or 86. So.
Oh yeah, you could.
You literally could get if you were a white guy, you could literally get a loan with a handshake.
I mean, you could buy a house and support a family on one income too. Remember?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember, but I've heard.
I know. I used to work with this old guy. He was just telling me, he's like, yeah, we used to be able to take a date out to eat, to a movie, put gas in the car, all for like $20. I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, I'm just barely old enough to remember when I started driving, the gas was like 99 cents a gallon.
Yeah, me too. That's when I started driving in, like the late 90s. Yeah, it was 99 cents.
Yeah.
Gallon.
So. Good old, oh God, were those people, Phil? Were those people? The 90s weren't 10 years ago.
Back in my day, writers could handle 2 books at once and give us mutant werewolves and tombstones all at the same time.
Exactly. Young kids just don't know what we had, Phil.
Now one mediocre writer came and handled Tombstone alone. Come on. Lilith's back. The Zeb Wells bashing is back. Hallelujah.
only Phil's only brave to bash Zeb Wells when I'm around. It's fine. He can hide behind me.
Yeah, Justin ain't
like, I'll stick my hellfire on you.
Justin ain't bodyguarding me. No. My little pit bull protect me. Yes. All right. 2 days later, here we go. Glory, where are you on that?
Glory Grant. Glory hole Grant over here.
Wow. Oh my God, why aren't you on camera so you can watch your eyes roll in the back of your head? 2 days later, Glory Grant has come to the Plaza Hotel to visit her.
Again, Glory Hole Grant, Plaza Hotel. Enough said.
Eduardo Lobo of the notorious Lobo Brothers.
Are they notorious?
The notorious Lobo Brothers. Sounds like wrestlers or porn stars, something.
Wrestlers, porn stars, or rappers. I can't tell you.
Oh, yeah. Carlos and Eduardo. She arrives as he is going over his latest plans in their war against the Kingpin. She asks to speak to Eduardo privately, and she confesses that the gang war makes her fear for his life. He assures her that they will talk about it further at her apartment later in the evening and sends Glory away with a kiss. Don't worry, I'll put your mind at ease later.
Give her a little boning session.
Oh, he's gonna take her for
the endorphins rushing,
He's gonna take her for a little trip south of the border.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lilith. Did the Lobo brothers do it doggy style?
I would be disappointed if they didn't.
Hey man, Lilith don't want to admit it, but she's had a few men who've had gone into a transformation midway through. Hang on. Meanwhile, speaking of not being good for anything but boning, Flash Thompson is having lunch with Betty Brant.
Burn!
Double burn. I don't know.
Listen, Glory Grant, Betty Brant, it's too much. It's too much.
I know. He is upset that the Daily Bugle is ramping up its anti-Spider-Man rhetoric and vows to take it out on publisher J Jonah Jameson. Their discussion is interrupted by Glory Grant, who comes to tell them about her troubled relationship with Eduardo Lobo.
Like, babes, he's a gangster. What do you want from him?
I know. And again, I'm like, this definitely fits our Betty Brant pattern. Can she just, Betty can just be like, oh yeah, why don't you just, stay with Eduardo, don't worry about him and the Kingpin. It's Betty. Betty's behind this whole damn gang war. Come on.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm saying it fits our pattern.
Somebody's got to do something with our theory, man. Somebody somewhere.
She's manipulating Glory. At this point, she's leading Flash around by the
nose, shall we say?
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
I believe that's the euphemism my grandparents would use. Yes.
Oh my.
I'm getting into my old people lingo. Internet's favorite granny. Got to live up to it. Little wet. Flash a little wet behind the ears. That whole thing.
Grandparents said by the nose. So that gives Pinocchio a whole new meaning. Wow. Okay. Here's another eye roll. While in the deserts outside Hartsdale, New Mexico, the Puma races to his home.
Puma, Jerry. Puma.
There he reverts back to human form of Thomas Fireheart. Again, no matter what you think of all
way too much. This is way too much. Like, my eyes are going to get stuck. They're rolling so hard.
No matter what you think of all these stories and subplots, modern comic could never. And again, look, all of this for $1.
Exactly.
So again, if you don't think much of this, they're only
$1, no tax.
Oh, that was the glory. Again, not sound like the old man I am, but those were the glory days before the tax. You wanted 3 or 4 comics, you slapped down 3 or 4 ones on the counter, like, here you go.
No change required.
Like a boss. Thomas thinks about all the demands and debts he has between his company and his tribe. Seeing the Daily Bugle, he also thinks about the debt of honor he owes to Spider-Man as well, especially their last encounter. And we're going to get to that Web of Spider-Man.
Oh, Web 50?
We're going to get there one day, kids.
I was like, wait, we're going right past that one to 53?
Oh, we're going to get there. Don't you worry. One day.
One day soon, I feel like.
I thought I'd just let you build up some tolerance, because, remember, that's got Puma, Will-O-the-Wisp, Rocket Racer, Prowler.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I'm surprised we didn't do it when we were doing Rocket Racer, honestly.
I was thinking about it, but, I wanted some Soto Rocket.
Will-O-the-Wisp. Oh, my God.
There's always April 4th.
There's always something worse around the corner.
Hell, Mom always said there's something worse around the corner. I didn't know she meant this. You know what? You should take a page out of Justin's book. You know what we're doing on Marvel Tales?
What's that?
He's going to pick, for my birthday month in April, he's going to pick some of my favorite stuff for us to do. And then for his birthday in November, I'm going to pick some of his favorite stuff for us to review.
You already have a whole separate podcast you do with those Australians. So, you're doing your favorite Ben Reilly stuff. It's fine.
I know, but he gets to pick what's out of my favorite characters and stuff. Yeah. So.
Okay. Maybe.
I was gonna say I'll give you the chance to be like, I throw a Web 50 at you. You get to pick something. Be like, oh yeah, here's this. Suck on this.
I take most of my birthday month off, so it just really doesn't work.
It doesn't have to be birthday months, but yeah.
We'll see.
And again, we record ahead. All right. Noting that the Daily Bugle is constantly attacking Spider-Man, Fireheart is suddenly inspired and calls his secretary. Man, a bunch of hairy men in these issues. Man. That afternoon, Peter Parker and his wife Mary Jane are out apartment hunting. He can't keep his mind off the fate of Joe Robertson.
Why are they apartment hunting?
However, Mary Jane tries to get him to focus. She is upset that they have to look for a new place after they were evicted from their condo at Bedford Towers.
Jonathan Caesar!
Talk about action in prison. Jeez. Just tell me your name's Mary Jane.
Yikes.
At least the couple have each other and they begin to kiss. However, Peter's mood is soured again when he notices yet another negative story about Spider-Man in the Daily Bugle. Furious, he departs to do something about it, changing into Spider-Man along the way. Meanwhile, back at the Lewisburg prison, Joe Robertson is using a steam press in the prison laundry. His hands are almost mangled when Tombstone pushes the lid down. That's when Joe notices that they are not alone, as there is a group of prisoners surrounding them. Tombstone grabs Joe by the throat, intending to get revenge after Robertson got him arrested and thrown in prison.
Choke that chicken!
Literally, yeah.
Exactly. However, before Tombstone can harm Joe, he is grabbed by a massive prisoner who calls himself Bruiser.
Oh, that can't be good.
No, I mean, kids, massive. I mean, he's Kingpin size.
Yeah.
He doesn't like how Tombstone is causing trouble and convinces him to let Joe go. Bruiser has decided that he's going to make Joe his special friend.
Better hang on to that pocket for dear life, Joe.
I was gonna say, I mean, you don't want to be anyone's special friend in prison, right?
There's definitely a Twinkie on his pillowcase.
Whoa!
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. A honey bun, something.
Whoa! Oh, so what are you saying? So Joe's got to say,
I don't do Twinkies or toasters.
honey, how was prison?
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
Much to Joe's shock and relief. Tombstone walks away, but thinks to himself how he will eventually get at Joe Robertson, one way or the other.
Ugh, from one bad situation to a worse one. Katzenberg.
Yeah. While back in New York City, Nick Katzenberg, again, we're still on the first issue, kids.
Yeah.
Nick Katzenberg is buying a hot dog from a street vendor when he is snatched off the street by Spider-Man. Spider-Man demands to know who was the mastermind behind the latest smear campaign against him. He gets confirmation that J. Jonah Jameson was behind this. And do we really need this confirmation? I mean, no.
Peter's a little slow. You know, this is the era where he's not that smart.
I guess, but I'm just like, Joe's in prison, and Jonah's really got a grasp on the wheel now. It's like, nothing goes in that paper if Jameson doesn't approve it. And Spider-Man leaves Katzenberg webbed to a lamppost. Yeah, boy. When the shady photographer asks how to get free, Spider-Man tells him to lift his arms. Katzenberg does this, causing him to slip out of his sports coat and go crashing to the ground. When a filth-covered Nick Katzenberg returns to the Daily Bugle offices, he is laughed at by his colleagues. Yeah, because he falls in the hot dog cart. I love the guy in the office who goes, I already said he was a wiener.
Yeah.
He storms towards Jameson's office when he bumps into Flash Thompson, who also wants to talk to the publisher. The two almost come to blows when suddenly they hear the muffled cries from Jonah's office. Inside, they find Spider-Man has webbed Jameson onto the ceiling and demands to know why he has gone after the wall crawler in his paper instead of reporting about the gang war. Okay, this scene is so funny in so many ways because it's like, one, Peter, this is going to make everything worse, and two, it's the Chameleon.
Yeah.
The Chameleon is like conflicted because it's like, one, he's happy because it's making Spider-Man look more and more bad, but two, he's just like, I gotta put on the show. This is humiliating.
Yeah.
I was a Russian spy. That's when Katzenberg snaps a photo of Spider-Man threatening his employer. Flash tries to get the camera out of Nick's hands, and the two begin struggling. Realizing that he has made the situation worse, Spider-Man flees the scene. After the incident, Jameson orders the front page story be scrapped in favor of one about Spider-Man's attack on Jameson. That's when Glory Grant tells Jonah that she gave Eduardo Lobo the bugles files on the Kingpin. Surprisingly, Jonah blows this off and doesn't think it's such a big deal, even when she warns that a gang war might explode across the city. Jameson tells them that a gang war would be profitable for the paper.
Oh, damn.
Setting them the way, Jameson returns to his office and tells them to leave him alone. So, again, I mean, depending on who's writing it, I could see Jonah maybe kind of almost being like that. But again, it's the Chameleon, so.
Especially if he was like getting his like Rush Limbaugh on like in the podcast era that we had. Like, yeah, definitely I could see that. John, I don't know about this one.
Yeah. But again, it's the Chameleon, so he's like, oh yeah, excellent. You know,
this definitely should be red flags for everybody at this
point.
Oh
yeah. And Jameis, he's like, let the Kingpin and the Lobos tear each other apart, and I'll be here to pick up the, swing in.
From Russian spy to like crime boss. I mean, well, it's not a stretch if you know, but still.
Well, again, remember that wall's down, Lilith.
Yeah, just barely, but yeah.
Call me. Russia's not in a good place at this moment in history. So, maybe move and become a crime boss in New York, or stand in line for toilet paper.
Well, it was never that bad for people with money in Russia. Period.
True.
So.
Yeah, but
to this day, that remains true.
But remember, he's like a bastard child of the Kravinoffs, as we later find out, and they didn't want to acknowledge him. So
true.
He's basically the child Arnold Schwarzenegger had with the maid,
who looks just more like him than his son with Maria Shriver does. That's none of my business. Remind me that's definitely something salty and petty. Scandals. We have put it on the list of scandals we should have.
I love how Maria Shriver and the others were shocked when they found it. Yeah, I found out. Yeah, okay.
It's like the kids eating strudel and quesadillas. What?
The kid came out. The kid came out and was bench pressing the mother. I mean, come on.
Oh wait, hold on. Just slight detour. Have you been watching The Continental?
No, I haven't. No, is it good?
I only saw the first episode last night.
Okay. Did I see it's only going to be like 3 episodes?
3 episodes, yeah, but they're all 90 minutes apiece.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Let's cover that for Salty and Petty if you can get caught up. I think the last episode is this Friday, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could just do it whenever, but like kind of as close as possible.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe like first one in November, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. And what streaming service is that program on?
Tiny Dick. I mean Peacock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
It's like, I watched The Office on that. That's The Office watching streaming service. Literally the only reason anybody has it. Except for me. I bought it for Poker Face. So.
Hey-o. All right. Finally, in privacy, J Jonah Jameson drops his disguise, reverting back to the Chameleon. He is happy to hear the news about the impending gang war, intending to use it to his advantage.
Hey, do you think his shape-shifting is like Odo, where he's just like, I just want to go sit in my bucket. I just want to be a blob of non-conformity.
I don't know. It's so weird because it's like originally it was masks, then they went to this, and then it's like by Brand New Day, they were like back to masks and stuff, so.
Yeah, like, I just, like, even Mystique, I always wondered, does she just have a bucket in her corner? Like, where she just goes, yes, the blob lifestyle for me.
I don't know. A lot of them, like Mystique, I think it's like they always have, like, a humanoid shape, but they can...
Yeah, but it has to suck.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of concentration, where if you're just in a bucket and being a blob in a bucket, like, that just sounds like the ultimate thing after just dealing with capitalism, honestly. I just want to be a blob in a bucket like Odo. That's it.
That's what I'm always like. If you're taking a form other than your own, it's like, is it like holding a clenched fist? Like,
it has to be. Yeah.
It's like when you go home and take your bra off with Hellfire, and it's like,
Oh yeah. Actually, for me, it's taking off my heels from work.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. So
it's literally like as soon as I walk out to my car, like those come off, the house slippers go on, and that is my idea of taking off the bra.
So she's a big, tall boss at work, all of 5'6", eh?
5'7", 5'8" on a good day.
She's hit a man with a high heel. She.
Consensually.
Oh! Oh my. He is happy to hear the news about the impending gang war, intending to use it to his advantage. See, later, Betty and Flash walk Glory back to her apartment when they suggest that she go to the police with her knowledge. However, after their talk with Jonah, Glory is more confused than ever. Inside her apartment, Glory finds Eduardo waiting for her. He regretfully tells her that he fears that she will eventually betray him. He then transforms into his wolf form, revealing his true nature to her. As Eduardo approaches her, he apologizes for having to do this as he truly loves her.
No, he didn't! That's BS. I call shenanigans.
Well, yeah,
See previous episode.
He's an old school kind of guy. He has to apologize to a lady before he kills her.
All right, fair enough. I didn't know that was the etiquette. I'm gonna have to put that into my arsenal.
Well, it's like I never apologize to anyone after I kill
him. For anything. Under any circumstances. No apologies.
Oh, I love the notes on this. It's like, of course, this a sign of when this was written. Yeah, that footage from the prison was on a VHS tape.
Hey, man, if you know anything about federal prisons, it's probably still on VHS tape. Black and white closed circuit TV was like, babes, we've had blink cameras for a decade now. What are you doing?
We got a federal
quality 8K video security footage.
2023. We got a federal grant to upgrade from beta to VHS.
Oh, that's who was keeping Sony in business. Buying all their dead stock proprietary devices and services. I got you. PlayStation's the only thing that makes Sony profitable, and you can fight me. Well, no, they're cameras too. Cameras and PlayStations. That's it. Yeah. It may be Into the Spider-Verse franchise.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad business though. Video games is a profitable industry.
Well, as long as you're paying a fair wage, nobody strikes.
Well, yeah, true. All right, should we get to the next issue?
Yeah, let's definitely do it.
All right, so this time we jump to Spectacular Spider-Man 152. Man, with these covers, man, they don't know what color to color these Lobo Brothers, because it's like sometimes Eduardo's like a black or a bluish like fur. Sometimes they.
It depends on how angry he is. It's color changing fur. It's like it's like a mood fur.
Oh no! It depends if he's frustrated if that fur is blue or not. All right, Spectacular Spider-Man 152, July 1989.
Same gang.
A wolf's tail. Yes, same team. Get a tail, Tale. Get it?
I mean, I do.
Hey-o! So I hear. All right, stalked by two werewolves. Everyone's like, what? What happened? Stalked by two werewolves, Spider-Man carries a wounded J Jonah Jameson to safety. However, Jonah doesn't have any strength to keep going, allowing the werewolves to catch up. After slaying Spider-Man, the duo pounces on Jameson. With their prey dead, one of the werewolves changes into Eduardo Lobo and asks the other how their first kill felt. The second wolf is afraid and reverts into Glory Grant.
Dun dun dun.
Exactly.
Now that's a sex dream.
Wow. She begs to know what happened to her. Eduardo embraces Glory and tells her that she is killed and nothing will keep them apart ever again. With this, Glory turns into a werewolf again and howls at the moon.
Much like my favorite bar, or franchise of bars. If you know, you know.
Oh my! This who has sex dreams like this, Lilith Hellfire? Eh? We're killing. We're hanging out with naked men from the South. Come on, Lilith Hellfire. Who has dreams like this?
I'm just saying, family, relatable content for me.
An angry black woman who gets to kill her boss and then hang out with a naked Mexican man. Who's having dreams like this?
Like I said, relatable, so shockingly relatable content.
Can't quite move my finger on
What
this.
is my life right now? And that's relatable.
All right, let's take a couple second pause. Justin, pick yourself up off the floor, and let's proceed. Suddenly, Glory wakes up screaming in her bed, soon realizing that it was all a nightmare. She remembers that Eduardo had come to her and turned into a wolf and was apparently about to kill her. Horrified, she notices that Eduardo, in his wolf form, is sitting at the foot of her bed. She just like where Lilith makes all her men sleep. She's afraid and wants to
sleep. You gotta go. There's no sleeping at my house.
When they regain consciousness, should I say? After several blows to the head, she is afraid and wants to scream, but looking into the werewolf's eyes, she can't bring herself to do it. Outside of the apartment building stands Joe Mercado.
Yikes! They're just bringing in all my favorites.
She likes to watch. Who feels horrible spying on a friend in order to learn more about the Lobo Brothers.
I was wondering when she was going to come back.
Hey, she doesn't even have to ask the question. They know he has a brother. Suddenly, she spots Spider-Man swinging by and wonders where the wall crawler is going in such a hurry.
Oh no, the Arranger.
Remember when he gets killed by Night and Fog? Ray still talks about that story. Spider-Man can't believe what he is doing, thinking about how the Arranger had come to him, asking for help, stopping the Lobo Brothers and preventing a gang.
I'm saying I think we should have done 50 and 51 for Web of Spider-Man. It keeps coming up.
We did 50. We did 51 last
episode. I thought so.
Yeah.
We just didn't do 50.
Yeah, we did 51 and 52, and we did Spectacular 150 last episode. Yeah. Sorry, kids, we pre-recorded, so that was a while ago for Lilith.
A while ago.
It was like a month ago. Yeah. So yeah, we did. Remember, we did 150, and then we did Web 51 and 52. Which
well then you can definitely scroll down if you're lost.
Yeah. Again, easiest way: go to the Capes and Lunatics YouTube channel. Yeah, the Ultimate Spider Cast.
Or
playlist. Yeah.
TubeSpace.io Capes and Lunatics.
Yes.
Podcast network.
Yes. And again, it was I mean, we recorded it early, but again, if you're listening on the podcast, it was just the week before, so just scroll down. As he web slings towards a warehouse, he thinks about how he has no choice since a lot of innocent people will get hurt in the crossfire. Again, floating heads of guilt. On the roof of the building, the wall crawler.
What would he do without those floating heads of guilt? I tell you. We could find out if they ever gave Ben Reilly something to freaking do.
Exactly.
Sorry. Mini Ben Reilly rant over.
Exactly. You know that's like my Snickers ad. Come on.
I know, but it's like, seriously, why have a variant if you're not going to do something different with him?
Exactly. Oh man, that's like when we were covering. Me, Ray, and Dave were covering again. 2 weeks ago, kids. Like Kane's Scarlet Spider series. And I mean, in the one issue, there was like a nuclear bomb about to go off. He's torturing guys for info. It's like you can do stuff. You can have a Spider-Man who does that.
With a name like Kane, yeah.
Exactly. But even if you wanted to take Ben that far, it's like, Well,
they tried to make him a villain, but it's dumb. Sorry. Whoever thought it was a good idea, I'm sure you had your reasons, but the fans are not resonating with it.
Yeah, again, you don't steer into the villain skid. You steer if you want. If you
have most an anti-hero. At most.
Yeah. Exactly. And
you definitely don't give him a girlfriend with the nickname Goblin Queen. Just saying. Chasm and Goblin Queen. That's a no-no.
Hey, well, that's not his girlfriend. His girlfriend's Hallows Eve.
Well, his villain or whatever you want to call it.
I know. Well, he was working for the Goblin Queen. Again, that's our trademark. Damn it.
Exactly.
Gobble gobble.
Stay tuned for November, kids. Stay tuned. Oh no, stay tuned in a couple episode 250, kids. We're going to be getting the original King of Goblin, Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble.
Don't worry. Then in November we'll get back to Mackindale.
Mackindale.
And again, this
the
show
gift that keeps on taking.
One show could no longer contain the Hobgobble Gobble month. Yes, because like I said, Justin and I are going to be doing 2 episodes on Mackindale also. So,
God, it's spreading like the infectious disease that Norman Osborn is.
Took us a couple years, but now it's spreading like herpes, kids.
Has Moon Knight ever gotten into it with the any goblins? Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like, Ray, balls in your court. Let's expand Gobble Gobble Month.
He already covered Mark Spector, Moon Knight 32 and 33.
Oh, dang it.
We're trying to remember if there's any other encounters, but yeah,
I feel like there's one more, isn't there?
Ray, didn't he have a SmackDown with Demo Goblin later on?
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's the one that I remember, actually.
We're calling you out, Ray. Put down the Marvel Snap and join us in Hobgobble Gobble Month. You can even use the drop. You can even use the drop if you want.
Gobble gobble.
Oh, well, you could do it live, Ray. What am I talking?
Wait. Has Hulk fought a goblin? Surely he has.
Okay.
Any goblin would do, because we could get that over on Tombs of Evil. We can get this whole thing going. We're just gonna make Marvel think that we really love Bring back Mackendale.
Come on, Russell. We need a Gamma Charge episode on Mackendale. Come on.
No, I invented that, you dick.
Oh, and as we're recording this, yes, Russell got married yesterday.
Yes, of course.
Only
the finest Mountain Dew flowed for the toasts.
Exactly. Oh, what was that catering like? Mountain Dew and Joker Nuggets.
Joker Nuggets.
Tell him to say that, Justin.
Our little boy is growing up.
Wild like an animal.
You promised to love, honor, and be wild like an animal.
Wild like an animal.
But congratulations, you did. As he web slings towards a warehouse, he thinks about how he has no choice since a lot of innocent people will get hurt in the crossfire. On the roof of the building, the wall crawler sets up his camera to take photos for the Daily Bugle.
Blurry photos.
If there's going to be bloodshed, I'm going to profit off it, damn it.
I mean, we do live in a capitalistic society. He's got a hot model wife. He's got to do something.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, that's right. And Bruce is sniffing around every so often. That's right.
Yeah, we just had a scare with Jonathan Caesar, you know.
Exactly. Inside, he watches as Lobo's men remove guns from crates. Spider-Man then comes down and begins fighting the gangsters. Suddenly, he is ambushed by one of the Lobos in his werewolf form. Attempting to dodge the attack, Spider-Man ends up breaking through the wall and falling into the water outside the warehouse. By the time the wall crawler pulls himself out of the water, the gangsters and their weapons are all gone. Despite this, Spider-Man figures that he finally has photos that J. Jonah Jameson will buy. Unfortunately, the next day, Jameson refuses them because they make Spider-Man look too vulnerable. See? Bears himself for nothing. Then Peter meets up for lunch with Flash Thompson and Harry Osborn to talk about how the Daily Bugle has been incredibly harsh towards Spider-Man recently. All three men consider their options as they all owe a debt to the masked hero. As Peter looks over the newspaper, he notices an article about reforms being made to federal prisons, and that gets him thinking about Joe Robertson, who had recently been arrested. See how quickly they forget? Meanwhile, at Lewisburg Federal Prison, Joe Robertson is out on the exercise yard with his new friend Bruiser. Bruiser hears about how Joe ended up in prison, and he promises to show him the rope so he can survive in prison. Not far away is Tombstone, who is still seeking to get revenge against Joe for landing him in prison. When Tombstone sets a gang of prisoners on the pair, Bruiser easily fights them off. However, this lands him a week in solitary confinement. However, as he is being taken away, he tells Joe not to worry. As per the code of honor among prisoners, Tombstone won't make another attempt against Joe's life until after Bruiser is out of solitary. That evening, back in Manhattan, Spider-Man pays a visit to the Ranger at the Kingpin's tower. He confirms that the Lobo Brothers are preparing for war and suggests they get the Kingpin involved in suing for peace. The Ranger refuses to do so, telling Spider-Man to do whatever it takes to stop a shipment of arms or there will be blood on their hands as well. As Spider-Man swings off, both he and the Ranger can't be rid of each other. Think how they can both be rid of the other one as soon as this is done. Later that evening, at the apartment owned by Glory Grant, Glory asks Eduardo why Eduardo spared her life when he said that he was finished with her. And again, remember, this is the same Chelsea apartment where Peter Parker used to live. So Miss Muggins was always on his case for making noise, but a mutant werewolf's not making no noise.
Miss Muggins, Peter was a wimp, so she just kind of trampled all over him.
Yeah, okay.
She knows when to peep up and when to pipe down. Yeah.
She knows not what to disturb Karen, aka Glory Grant.
Exactly.
Oh my. After a moment's silence, he begins telling Glory about his past. Eduardo and his brother Carlos never knew their father, and their mother died giving birth to their children. The orphans had to fend for themselves, often stealing what they needed to survive in the native Puebla de Zaragoza. They were never caught as they could see in the dark, but they also discovered they had a thirst for violence.
Same, bud. Same.
I was going to say, damn. However,
again, this is relatable content for me. Finally, it is Lilith's time to shine.
However, as an adolescent, he fell in love with a young woman named Esmelda Valdez, the daughter of a wealthy rancher. He thought her out of reach until the day he came to her aid when she was thrown from her horse. This led to a secret romance that was soon discovered by Esmelda's father one night. When he and his men tried to kill Eduardo, something happened. On this night in particular, the full moon caused a strange reaction in Eduardo. Suddenly, he turned into a werewolf for the first time. When he awoke the next morning, he discovered that he slaughtered the men, but much to his horror, he had also killed Esmelda as well.
Aww, how tragic.
I know.
You win some, you lose some.
Damn, that puberty's rough.
I thought Rogue had it bad.
Exactly.
At least he was just in a coma.
Exactly. Eduardo learned that him and his brother were actually mutants who could change into werewolves under the full moon. With these powers, they established...
That's a very specific gimmick to have.
I know. I mean, I guess although some of it's tied to like element. I mean, look at Storm. I mean, some of it's tied to the elements and stuff.
I guess. I've never really understood like weather-based power, like just how a mutant gene controls. You just gotta go with it, man.
Yeah, and again, it's just we need werewolves, but we'll just end up making a mutant. Because again, it's like
they could have literally just took a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde serum. That would have made more sense for me.
True.
Like their parents experimented on them and laid dormant, and then like that moment of trauma triggered it.
Or like Werewolf by Night, it was like a family curse.
Exactly.
Because they would know who.
Because we have magic, yeah. I mean, the magic system's a little too scientific for me personally, but whatever.
With these powers, they established a criminal organization and ultimately moved their operations into Texas. It was here that the Arranger sent the Punisher to eliminate them. We did cover that. Oh,
yeah, we did that one.
Yes. After this failed attempt on the life of Eduardo and his brother, they came to New York to get revenge against the Kingpin. He explains that he only pursued a romance with Glory in order to get access to the Daily Bugle's Foul and the Kingpin. Isn't that always the way, ladies? The man just wines and dines you trying to get into your foul.
Bro, like microfiche is a thing. Don't be lazy. God, I can't remember the last time I walked into a library that actually had a microfiche film that wasn't like university level. So,
and how much information did the Bugle have on the Kingpin that they needed? I mean, one, where the guy's at. He's sitting in that giant damn skyscraper in the middle.
He's but a humble spice merchant. Don't you dare besmirch his name.
I know, but I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's enough public info out there. Did you really need the Daily Bugle's Kingpin file?
Well, I mean, I guess the internet's not really a thing right
now. No, the internet's not. But I'm just saying. I'm like, what did the Daily Bugle have that they couldn't?
Well, reporters are pretty resourceful. I will give them that, especially back in the day, like back in the 80s and 90s, they had to be.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're like, his wife doesn't love him. She's having an affair with the trainer. I don't know.
Oh my! An unfortunate setback that he genuinely fell in love with her. As the two lovers embrace, they are being
shenanigans.
They're being photographed by that voyeur outside.
Joy.
Mm-hmm. Joy's been investigating the Lobo Brothers, but feels horrible for spying on Glory. Sure. But can't help it, as Joy thinks Glory is destroying herself.
And she's right, but as much as I, support women's rights, you gotta support women's wrongs too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And again, it's like, it's like they haven't even been together that long. It's like, what does she knows he's this gangster who's killed people. What does she see in him besides like his looks or whatever?
That dick gotta be hella good.
almost
Animalistic.
wild like an animal.
Wild like an animal.
That doggy style is A1 top notch. It's gotta be.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
She's just stigmatized. It's okay.
Exactly.
Lust and love, it's a fine line. I get it, sister. I mean, I don't, but, you know, in theory, I understand the principle.
Will's like, wait, keeping him around for a second go? What do you thought? Are you crazy? By this time, Spider-Man returns to Aunt May's house where he's been staying with his wife, Mary Jane. Oh, here comes another eye roll, kids. There he
Have
tells
some wheat cakes, kids.
There he tells his wife about the moral implications of working with the arranger and the danger to his life. Mary Jane tells him that he needs to make his own decisions sometimes because she wants to hear him shut up and is confident that he will do his best. Unknown to the couple, Mary Jane's cousin Kristy has been listening to the conversation.
It just keeps getting worse. The arranger and now Kristy. Cherry, baby, honey, you're killing me.
The Lobos, Tombstone.
Joy Mark, come on.
Kuma, Betty Brant. Having fallen in love with Peter, Kristy fears for his safety. She runs back to her room, unaware that one of her secrets may claim her life.
Bum, bum, bum.
And again, is this the issue? They make a mistake in one of these where they say she's 16, but every other issue says she's like 13. So
that's even worse. Like she doesn't look like she's 13. First of all, I don't think they know what a 13-year-old looks like, especially back in the 80s before they started putting all those hormones in the milk. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I don't know if she's supposed to be 13, 16. Oh. Well, those Watson girls grow up quickly, Lilith.
That is true. Touche.
But yeah,
it's like Normie. Like, is he 6 or is he 16? I don't know. Is Kurt Connor's kid 10 or 20? I don't know. They're bad with kid ages, man. Hell, how old is Miles at this point? I couldn't tell you.
I don't know if Billy Connors was 6 or 16, but I heard he was delicious. That's right, kids. The lizard ate his own kid. I think there might be a clone kid around now, but yeah.
The darkest episode indeed, bro.
We might have to cover that. I think
let's cover that.
I mean, it's Brand New Day era. I mean, we swore not to cross that line, but we might have to.
Yeah, we have to. It's ridiculous because it's so ridiculous.
We might have to do another lizard month in it. Yeah, we haven't done a lizard month, I think, since we first started. Remember when we were doing the movies? Yeah. Wow.
There's plenty of ridiculous lizard stories. Let's do it.
Promote it like the darkest Spider-Man story ever.
Oh, we could just find a bunch of them, actually.
What, the darkest Spider-Man stories?
Yeah. Although we did cover one of them, and we got the writer to talk about it, but there's plenty of other ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh please. There's enough history there. Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
All right. So any other thoughts on this, Lilith, or should we get to the?
Let's get to 53.
The
culmination of all this craziness.
Well, it's still gonna kind of be continued, and then we'll
yes, of course,
pick up next week, kids.
But at least doesn't Kristy's situation finally get laid bare in this one at least?
I think it's this one.
I think it's this one.
Well, we see what happens, but
yeah.
All right. Web of Spider-Man 53 from August 1989. Wolves in the Night.
Ow!
Werewolves of Marvel Universe. All right. Once again, writer Jerry Conway, but this time fill-in penciler, a young man named Mark Bagley.
Who's that?
And Ray's like, no, Alex Saviok.
I know.
I mean, I'm happy it's Bagley, but yeah, for Ray's like, well, no Saviok.
Where's our Saviok drop, Ray?
No.
Put the snap down and put the drop in the email.
I got her saying it now, Ray. He's sitting there going, Marvel. because it's called something else, but Snap is just funnier. Come on.
Yes, it is.
Inker Keith Williams, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Rick Parker, and editor Jim Salicrup. Investigating a tip of an illegal arms shipment, Spider-Man tracks the moving truck carrying the weapons on FDR Drive on the east side of Manhattan. When he lands on the roof of the truck, his landing alerts the guards inside to begin opening fire. Spider-Man dodges the bullets and swings around to the front of the vehicle and knocks out the driver with a single punch. Taking control of the vehicle, the wall crawler steers the truck off the highway and brings it to a stop. When the gunmen come out of the back, Spider-Man webs them up. Questioning them, he learns that these men are gathering weapons to go to war against the Kingpin and that they are going to attack at midnight. Leaving the gangsters for the authorities, Spider-Man finds a payphone and calls the arranger to inform him that his tip was correct and that the Lobo Brothers are gearing up to attack at midnight. When the arranger asks how he should explain this to the Kingpin, Spider-Man tells him that it is his problem. All he is interested in is preventing a gang war and hanging up the phone. Walking to the Kingpin's office, the arranger thinks about how he was responsible for the Lobo Brothers' vendetta after he brainwashed the Punisher into attacking them, but he failed to kill them. 1 hour later, Peter Parker's at the Daily Bugle office where he tells Kate Cushing about the impending attack and how the police didn't believe him. He hopes that J. Jonah Jameson will run the story even though they don't have any corroboration. Unfortunately, the way Jameson has been acting of late, Kate can't really be sure of what Jonah will do about this news. When they go to Jonah's office, the publisher sets off Peter's spider sense again. Idiot.
Get it together, brother.
Making him wonder why Jameson has been setting it off recently. When Kate tells Jonah about Peter's tip, Jameson dismisses it as rumor and speculation. Angered at this dismissal, Peter storms out. Kate is concerned with how Jonah treated Peter because he is their best photographer. Jameson scoffs at this, saying that Nick Katzenberg is the new top photographer of the Daily Bugle. He then brings Nick into his office to discuss their next anti-Spider-Man article, closing the door in Kate Cushing's face. Kate is insulted, but she can't quit because of her loyalty to Joe Robertson, who is presently in jail. On his way out of the office, Peter Parker is stopped by Joy Mercado, who is concerned about Glory Grant. Going for coffee, Joy explains that she has been spying on Glory after discovering that she has been dating Eduardo Lobo, one of the Lobo brothers, and fears that he is using her for something. Well, yeah, he's using her for something.
A whole lot of something.
Classified files and classified files and
Superior puss.
I don't know how superior it is, but
well, I mean, it's taming that wild animal. He was ready to kill her. All of a sudden, she's the girlfriend. He's letting her in on all the secrets. I mean, it's got to be something there.
Got to be something, or maybe he just wants a litter of cubs. I don't know.
Whoa!
Superior puss.
Man, imagine that pregnancy, ladies.
Ooh.
Although, once again, if they are mutants, that ain't gonna kick in till puberty. So.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Peter realizes why his spider sense went off when he met Eduardo a few days earlier. Since he and Glory go way back, Peter agrees to go and talk to her as a favor to Glory. Peter can't believe how stupid he has been having seen Eduardo Lobo earlier. And yes, he was there when the Punisher tried to kill them, and he didn't recognize him when he was making out with Glory in the Daily Bugle lobby.
He's got a lot on his mind. You know, Mary Jane's a handful, so, you know.
He's colorblind. He only sees the color red.
I mean, these couple past stories, he has been kind of petty and mean-spirited.
I want to punch some. I want to stop a gang war just by punching people in the face, and then I can get to go home and.
Superior puss.
Make love to my wife. Sorry, that is a very dated reference, but it's hilarious.
That's all right. Me and Justin were doing a Hellstorm episode, and at the end they drop a Dana Carvey going, "Could it be Satan?" Talk about a dated drop.
We know our audience; they'll get it.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, Ray gets it. And not recognize him when he started dating Glory. He begins questioning if he is losing his grip when his spider sense begins to go off again. However, he once again ignores it. However, had he investigated the warning, he would have seen J. Jonah Jameson arriving in the parking garage at the Daily Bugle, entering a vintage limo. Jameson, quote unquote, suddenly resumes his true form as the Chameleon. He tells his partner Hammerhead
Oh my god, it just keeps getting worse.
about the impending attack on the Kingpin that he has scheduled for the evening, leaving the pair to try and take control of the underworld for the Magia.
For the Magia!
2 G's, no F, kids. Meanwhile, at Aunt May's house in Queens, Mary Jane tells May and her cousin Kristy that she is going out for a late night photo shoot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone loves cocaine.
Doing some bumps and some pumps. I get you.
Yeah, some guy's gonna be sniffing it off my butt later. Yep. saying she needs the money so she and Peter can move out. That's the truest line right there.
Can't be living with Aunt May and her freaking and Kristy all in under one roof.
Hey man, let some horny old men sniff some booger sugar off her butt and.
I'm pretty sure that's all modeling really is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. There's like this conspiracy theory that I'm really starting to believe that it is basically just high level human trafficking.
Well, again, it's like probably 10%.
Because like they want them really young. I'm just saying. It starts to make sense the more you know about that industry.
It's 10%. You get pictures for your product, and 90%, yeah. After Mary Jane has left, Aunt May notices that Kristy has a number of bruises all over her body and asks her if she is okay. Kristy says she got the bruises by being clumsy and walks away, trying to keep herself from crying. Aunt May worries that there is something the youth is keeping to herself.
The youth.
Wasn't everyone a youth?
We are.
Isn't everyone a youth compared to her at this point?
Seriously.
Going to the bathroom, Kristy's thoughts are concerned about the conversation she overheard her cousin and Peter were having regarding the gang war. Having fallen in love with Peter, she is, just like Lilith, having fallen in love with Peter, she is concerned that he might get hurt.
Lust, Phil. Lust.
Yes. Looking at herself in the mirror. Well, I mean, you love Peter, just not the same one twice. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
Looking at herself in the mirror, the rail-thin girl thinks she looks fat, and as long as she isn't as beautiful as Mary Jane, she won't tell Peter how she feels.
Models cause body dysmorphia. Dismantle the beauty industry.
You fight that uphill battle, Lilith. With the way...
I mean that actually the beauty and modeling industry is just like kind of falling apart just because the economy's so bad.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Did you see that Victoria's Secret's that last like runway they did? I'm like, babes, Fenty did it better. Fenty's been doing it better. You're done. You're old. You're washed up. We all know your secret. Okay, just go away.
Oh yeah,
Victoria's Secrets can just go away.
Well, they've been on their way down for a while, haven't they?
Forever. And then all of a sudden they had the nerve to try to have a resurgence, and I'm like, babes, when's the last time you even saw somebody with pink sweatpants on? It's all about Lululemon now. Just go into obscurity quietly, please, and quickly.
Just stick to your corner of the mall and collect whatever shekels you can get in your tin cup, okay?
Exactly.
Unless you want to sponsor us.
No, I wouldn't take it. They're a terrible company.
Well, and again, if they're in the position that we think they are, I don't think they can afford it.
I'm definitely not taking Victoria, whatever that perfume all the girls used to wear back in high school. Yeah. I'm not taking my sponsorship money in that for sure.
You mean their version of Axe body spray?
Basically, yeah. Now, Bath and Body Works, if you want to sponsor us, we're open. We're open to that.
Kristy locks the bathroom door, intent on doing something to get rid of this feeling. And no, kids, not this.
I mean, that's the better option.
Healthier option.
I mean, not suppositories though, because that
no.
Just good natural bowel movement.
Just eating some Taco Bell and letting nature take its course.
Don't you dare besmirch Taco Bell's name. That is the goal for the sponsorship. That or Arby's.
I like Taco Bell and Arby's. I eat at both places. I'm not
Just
saying-
don't eat the beef. Eat the chicken. Like I tell everybody, just don't eat the beef.
Man, she's holding a sign like that cow at Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken.
Eat more chicken. That is the key to not getting the runs at Taco Bell. You have to eat the chicken products. I've lived my life by that for 10 years. I'm just saying. Chicken chalupas, superior.
Take it from the drunk at 2 a.m. expert, Lilith Hellfire, kids.
Exactly.
All right.
When the Taco Bell staff knows your card, knows what you're gonna order, we got you. So
They see you walking up there like, oh, we know exactly what she's gonna order. Oh my. Later, Spider-Man arrives at the Chelsea apartment of Glory Grant. Slipping into the bedroom window, he finds the apartment deserted. He finds a pair of shredded pants that belong to Eduardo Lobo. Man, they like it rough.
It's like Twilight. They turn into wolves. The clothes just dissolve in thin air.
Man, she really needed to get that.
At least they addressed it, unlike the Hulk. Like, literally, they're like, man, we've been going through so many shoes and shorts, man. They don't even wear shirts anymore. It's just shorts and shoes.
Man, she really needed. She ripped them pants right off.
I think the pants come off next.
Pants get shredded off next.
I think the pants come off next. That taste is still in my mouth.
And that tastes dog hair, kids.
Yuck, wet dog smell. That's why you get yourself a short hair. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my! Inside the pocket, he finds a rental slip for an aircraft hangar. A lead on where the
I
logo.
don't think that's how that works, but
a coincidental.
I mean, at Marvel's New York, sure. Okay, you got me there.
I mean, I guess he didn't think anyone was going to be searching Glory's apartment, or he just forgot in the throes of passion.
See, makes you dumb.
Well, until you're done. While in Midtown Manhattan, the Arranger has beefed up security at Fisk Tower. These provisions include bulletproof glass, titanium window shutters, guards both inside and out, among other defenses. So far, the only thing they can report is that photographer Nick Katzenberg is sitting in the diner across the street. Satisfied that the office's security goes up to report to the Kingpin. After informing the Kingpin that they are ready for the Lobos, the Kingpin states that he has also made preparations as well. He warns the Arranger that they will discuss his part in the Lobo fiasco after they have been dealt with. Outside of the office, the Arranger fears for his life and wonders how the Kingpin can be so calm in the face of his upcoming attack. How could that dummy sit there looking all calm? That's it. Sorry, kid. That's a spoiler for next time. Meanwhile, Spider-Man arrives at the airplane hangar at LaGuardia Airport. He's quickly spotted and has to dodge gunshots from the Lobo gang. Although the gang members are heavily armed, Spider-Man easily takes them all out. Suddenly, a spider sense begins to buzz and narrowly avoids an ambush by both of the Lobo brothers, who have changed into their werewolf forms. Because the two mutants are so fast, Spider-Man has to be on the defensive. Suddenly, the hangar door opens and a helicopter comes flying out. While the web slinger is distracted.
It's not a moon copter. Calm down, Ray.
Oh, I mean, but if anyone should have it, should be werewolf.
For real though, what a missed opportunity. They're like, oh yeah, we just bought Moon Knight's old moon copter.
The Lobos are not about branding
at all.
The Lobos leap onto the chopper. Get to the chopper. Spider-Man hitches a ride via a web line, but his presence is detected because of the added weight. Yeah, you got two mutant werewolves on board, but Spider-Man sets off. Spider-Man's 165 pounds sets it off. Okay,
but I think it might have been a family curse because their last name literally means wolf and
yeah.
So it's like no.
I mean, unless there's
what a coinky dink! Like really?
I mean, have they had tests done? Maybe they're just assuming they're mutants.
Exactly.
Once again, mutants get blamed for everything,
Exactly.
So, maybe it's just easier to say you're a mutant instead of, oh yeah, the dad we never knew like humped a werewolf or humped a wolf. I don't know.
And that's the one thing that has bothered me, and I'm just like,
I know. Again, I don't know why we just didn't go the supernatural route, but
Probably because they
Facing-
didn't want to infringe on Werewolf by Night. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Facing a hail of mutants were big at this point. Facing a hail of bullets, Spider-Man has no choice but to dive into the East River to avoid getting shot. Once again, into the river, kids. This is twice this episode. Allowing the helicopter to get away. As midnight draws near, the arranger waits in his office, taking the full blame for what has happened. He knows that regardless of the outcome, his life is over. Suddenly, he hears the rotor blades of a helicopter and is shocked to see the Lobo Brothers helicopter approaching the building. While back in Queens, Aunt May and Anton Chekhov are worried about Kristy, who is still locked in the bathroom. However,
Anton Chekhov. Wow. We're just trolling the deep right here.
I know. Chekhov's boarding room guest.
Exactly.
However, their frantic calls to the young girl go unheard as she is passed out on the floor. There's your double cliffhanger for this episode, kids. The Lobos are about to spray the office with the Kingpin and the arranger's brains, and Kristy is passed out on the floor. Is she dead? Double your cliffhanger for the price of nothing.
for the price of $1.
Okay, let's actually do the podcast that we get paid nothing for.
Hey, we have patrons.
I know, but we could always use more. There's never enough patrons.
Of course.
Our patrons: Ray, Russell, Justin, and Mr. Moz Manzor.
Our skinny rich friend.
That's right. And you should be his friend too and subscribe to the Patreon.
Exactly.
All right. So thoughts on these, Lilith?
Just utter ridiculousness. Like, I joke, it's like almost every single character that I loathe with the passion of 10,000 Fiery Suns, but still it's funny and it works and it's fast paced at least. So, I mean, it's all right for what it is.
I mean, think about it. I mean, again, modern. I mean, I beat this point home, but I mean, modern comics has trouble getting like one supporting character into a story, and how many did we have in this?
They're literally like checking off the box. Yep, we got him. Got Joe. Got Tombstone. Got Joy. Got Betty. Got Glory.
And then Conway still had room to like.
Hey, don't forget, we got Flash.
And then Conway had room to like throw Puma in there and to say, "Oh, hey, look what story's coming next."
Exactly, like off in the distance, Puma is looming over us. Don't you worry. Puma, Jerry.
Oh my. All right. So before we get out of here, I mean, again, kids, there was no interruption in your podcasting. You're welcome. But yes, it's been a month since Lilith and I have podcasted a Spider-Cast. So have you been keeping up on Amazing Spider-Man and
No, I just totally been carefree, man.
So you
no Marvel, no DC the whole month. I've been carefree.
So you
except
haven't
for the DC we talked about, because I just read it the day before we did that recording for Unlimited Justice.
So you haven't been reading First Hunt? Oh, God.
No, how's it going?
Well, I mean, you know the premise, right? I mean, thanks to Craven and the Goblin, Ashley Kafka, Queen Goblin. Yes, Spider-Man has been infected with the sins of Norman Osborn, so now he's acting all evil. He beat the crap out of Norman, and now he's going after Mary Jane, and he wants to try to find Mary Jane and Paul. I think the point is he might be hankering to throw Paul off that bridge.
Okay, that's a perfect way to wrap it up.
I know, which I'm like, do they think fans were going to rebel against this?
Yeah, it's like, no, that's an appropriate reaction, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just so many side stories and unnecessary side stories for Spider-Man. And it's extended characters and rogues together that I'm just kind of burnt out. So it was nice to have a month off.
And now that he's evil, he's wearing the black suit again.
Oh, good. We all love the black suit.
I like the look of it. Yeah,
that's fun. I mean, is so it's canon?
I guess. I mean, it appears to be.
Because that's an odd choice. If it's
canon. We still seem to be in the world Zeb Wells is setting up here. So
okay. I mean, I'll get caught up by next episode.
And then of course he buried Craven.
Yeah.
Even though Craven's like, that was my dad, not me, and Spider-Man's like, I don't care.
Tell it to the judge.
So Norman's like trying to stop him, because basically it's all his fault. because he was
More
he didn't
Norman trying
he
to be a
didn't
good
infect them,
guy.
but it is his sins. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, but I still, like I said,
I'll get caught up.
we might have to do a Capes episode or something. But I want to do an episode at least. Superior Spider-Man Returns #1 is coming out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
soon.
We did mention that. I'm down for that for sure.
Yeah, I think it might be the 11th, maybe. But yeah, it's coming because I think that's going to be ongoing too. I think we're bringing back Superior Spider-Man
Interesting.
by Slot. So
Not so interesting. No, I'm kidding.
I mean that's one of the,
I don't mind Slot. Like I said, I've seen way worse at this point.
again, he's hit or miss for me. Like I enjoyed his Superior stuff, but some of his other stuff,
Mainline stuff, yeah,
Parker
it's a little
Industries,
questionable. Yeah, one of my least favorite things ever.
I know. They either it's like, I don't think modern writers get down on his luck, Peter Parker. It's like they either make him too successful or they're really like, oh yeah, let's really F up his life. And it's like, no, he's not Matt
babes, we've
Murdock.
been there before. Like, what is worse than Brand New Day and Clone Wars? You can't do nothing. There's nothing you can do worse than those two things.
Oh, and just to
but they try.
Yeah, I know. But just so I can throw in a plug too. Yeah, they collected some of the digital stuff into there's like a big oversized book, Superior, or not Superior. What is that? Spider-Man. It's like it's by Solid and Ahmed. It was the digital stuff. It's but they put it out as a big issue 0 because they're gonna do like another like a mini series. I don't know if this one's going straight to print or what, but it's like just in time for Halloween because it's like, you know, a thing was like chasing Peter in his dreams and stuff. I mean, it was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. But because again, kids, check out the Devil You Know, the Daredevil podcast, episode 57, where I talked to Mr. Solid and Ahmed. Because I did it. Like I said, that issue was good. His Daredevil #1 was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because again, it's like Matt Murdock is a priest. Mr. Love Him and Leave Him, Matt Murdock is the priest. Get out of here. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Spine-Tingling Spider-Man. That's what it is.
Spine-tingling. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't even know Marvel was still doing the digital first stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
They don't really advertise it, you know?
No, they don't, because like every so often I might see somebody talking about it, or if I open the Marvel app, it'll say, oh yeah, this digital thing. I'm like, oh, I heard nothing about this.
Oh man, I don't know what it is, but lately Marvel Now, right? They've been like, "Hey, come back! It's been 2 years. Come back. We'll give you this discount." I'm like, "I'm good, bro." So you want to give it to me for free? I'm good.
Hello.
Relatable content for somebody, just definitely not me.
All right. So, anything else with Hellfire?
No.
Again, we went a little long, but yeah, again, there is a lot to unpack.
So much to unpack.
Although, I mean, next 2 episodes we're going to be finishing up this storyline. But again, the next 2 episodes we're only going to do 2 issues apiece. So
cool beans.
Because yes, next time we will cover Spectacular Spider-Man 153 and Web of Spider-Man 54, and then we'll tie up this whole damn thing in Spectacular Spider-Man 154 and Web of Spider-Man 55. We get the fate of some Lobos. We see the Chameleon gets discovered finally. And then since you have another extra week this month, yes, the day before Halloween, you'll get episode 250, kids, where we'll cover some classic Norman as we talk all things Norman Osborn. We'll talk his first appearance from Amazing 14, the classics Amazing Spider-Man 39 and 40. You know, as he's dragging Peter through the air.
Of course.
And I also threw in Untold Tales of Spider-Man 25.
All right.
Which is pretty
good. Sounds like a plan.
Decent. Yes, sounds like a plan, Jan. So no Scarlet Spider episode in October, but we just pushed it back to the first week of November. So So basically, no Scarlet Spider episode in October, but you'll get 2 in November.
Ah, nice.
And then those middle 2 weeks of November will be Mackindale episodes.
Mackindale! Get ready for the
Mackindale.
gobble gobble of it all.
And again, kids, not only will we get Hob Gobble Gobble here and on Marvel Tales, but in December here and on Marvel Tales, you'll get like 2 weeks of Dazzler, kids. So,
Pow pow.
oh, and when we get off, I should tell you, Justin gave me an idea of what was something we can do for across shows for next December.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to love this. All right, kids. All right. So send us all your thoughts. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the aforementioned Patreon. Again, you'll never know what you'll get. Lilith Hellfire's drunken ramblings, movie reviews, anything. And again, all that old content's up there.
That, or the third. Don't forget
this, that, or the third is up there. Again, you can listen to the Year of Hell, which is basically the superhero movie brackets. So find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And it's been a while since we've heard from our internet granny. So where can they find you? Where can they find your lawn to get off of, Lilith Hellfire?
If you wanna come stand on my digital lawn over on the interwebs, you can find me on Facebook at Lilith Hellfire. You can friend me, or you can follow me on Threads or Instagram at your fave internet granny. That's GRANNIE. Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Superior puss.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
And I know you're waiting with bated breath, Justin.
Yep.
Or your favorite.
Is that a sentient tongue? Quantum sparkly tentacles?
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Oh, jeez. Listen. Why do you want that?
That's my favorite drop.
Because
Because it's called hentai and it's an art form.
Sparkly quantum tentacles?
Almost questioning it.
Yeah, because you're never sure. You're never sure if it's tentacles or not.
Oh, I thought you were always sure.
I don't think those are tentacles.
See, exactly. You got to know the difference. You got to squint.
Hey-oh. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next time, Spectacular Spider-Man 153 and Web 54. And maybe we'll talk some new stuff. Yeah. All right, kid. But until next time, swing on back.
Flip, whip it good. Ow!
May y'all get your hairy man. Good night.